is on. Yep.
My mic is on.
All right.
Tough Times, episode 54.
Tough times.
You know, 54 is my lucky number.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like
Wait, that's your email.
Yeah, it's my favorite number.
Not to blow it on the
spot.
spot.
You just blew it up. Now I'm going to be getting email offers from everybody, you know?
It's just your last name.
And just when I thought I was getting away from Netflix, you know? Now they're going to have direct access to my inbox.
Don't lie, you're still on Hotmail.
No, I'm on AOL.
And Yahoo.
Yeah. Yahoo's where I'm at.
Yeah, you're
Yahoo's
big on
been
Yahoo.
hacked like 9 times, and I stick with them. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude.
All my personal information taken all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know? They tell you that?
Yeah, they just say, hey, we've been hacked again. They actually tried to sell themselves to somebody back in the day. They tried to sell, and, like, they got caught for they were like, hey, like when an auditor came through, they were like, yo, man, you guys got hacked. You guys, like, all your accounts have been breached.
Dude.
And they were like,
Honestly, that makes me want to, like, learn cybersecurity in my spare time. Just
really?
To, like, yeah, like.
I minored in cybersecurity.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Like.
It's not about that, Misbah.
You're like,
it's about
watch
the document
movies.
at the end of the day that says I minored in it, you know?
Yeah, dude.
You know, I was thinking about your quads the other day.
My quads?
Yeah. I had a wrestling coach. He told me once, women weaken legs.
Dude, that was Rocky's coach.
Oh, yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Well, it was this
Mickey.
Damn. Well, my wrestling coach was stealing.
He definitely
quotes.
stole it
Yeah,
from
he was
me.
stealing a lot of quotes from that. Rocky was one of his favorite movies, I guess. But anyway, I was thinking about that quote.
Pretty sure my dad said that to me.
I'm pretty sure he was wrong. You have a girlfriend. You're like engaged. You're about to get married this year.
Yeah.
And you have strong-ass legs. Me, no girl, no legs. I'm just saying.
Maybe it's like you got to have the wrong kind of woman could weaken your legs.
Maybe that's what he means. Yeah. Maybe.
I mean,
it's heavier than that, maybe. I don't know.
Adrian seemed like a nice lady in the movie.
Speaking of quotes, my favorite quote I heard recently is one by Mark Twain.
Okay.
Never argue with an idiot. They'll bring you down to their level and beat you with experience.
Oh.
A good quote, huh?
And beat you with experience.
Yeah,
wow.
that's why I try not to argue with you, you know?
Hey, I do the same thing. I just didn't know I was following the quote the whole time. Look at me. I'm a Mark Twain follower.
What'd you do for New Year's? Anything?
New Year's Day, we just went over to...
No, it's all about New Year's Eve. Nobody cares about New Year's Day.
Oh, yeah, New Year's Eve, we went to her grandmother's house.
Watched the ball drop?
Yeah.
What a classic New Year's
Eve
event for you.
And you know what's crazy? We had to rewind it, like, during...
You had to rewind the ball dropping?
Well...
Wait.
Okay, so there's a lottery winner.
Does it matter at that point? It's like going on YouTube at that point.
I know. So here's the situation, right? Like, it was her grandmother who was like, oh, I guess we'll never find out who won the lottery. And so we're like, all right, let's go back and see who won the lottery.
Wait a minute. The lottery chooses to do lottery winnings still that night?
They do.
Oh, because it would happen to be the perfect falling. It was Saturday.
Yes, but not just that. For the past 5 years, they've been doing the first millionaire of the year. So, like, they kind of draw from all states. There was Minnesota guy, North Carolina, on behalf of her dad, and then, like, a couple others.
Dude, how did I miss out on that? Why didn't I get in on that?
Well, so here's the thing. We rewind all the way back, and they keep saying, like, oh, we'll announce the winners after the break. And then turns out, dude, they didn't announce it till, like, 12:15 who the winner was. So we had to forward it, and we realized when the ball's about to drop 30 seconds, I look at my phone, and it's 12:02. So we never fast-forwarded it.
You guys were watching the ball drop late.
Yeah.
It was like watching a recorded.
But
you guys might be in a simulation.
Yeah. I mean, it felt real, though. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't it?
I was like, if I never looked at my phone, I would have no idea.
It's like a guy coming out of a coma and just, like, watching sports events that he's never seen before, and he's like, oh, my God, they won the championship. It's like, dude, they won the championship 8 years ago, man.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I mean, it was good. It was good to watch, but there wasn't, I don't know. There wasn't anything too crazy. It seemed kind of forced. It was raining.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you drink any liquor or anything?
I had wine.
Oh, yeah? I went to the liquor store, right? I was like, let me get myself a nice little bottle.
It was busy, wasn't it?
It actually wasn't that busy.
Oh.
I did have to park in the back, which was, like, a little weird, but I kind of like to do that anyway. I don't want anyone to see, like, I'm at the liquor store.
Where do you go? You like wine and spirits?
Wine and spirits. It's like the only one.
Dude, I like Acme ever since they've started.
They don't sell liquor there. It's only beer. PA is very weird. You got to buy your beer and liquor in different stores.
Oh.
You know that? In Jersey, they do it in the same store, which is so bizarre.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, it's very bizarre.
I guess because you always have
money
the
thing
liquor.
For sure.
Yeah.
But so I'm in there, and I came across a bottle of Douce, Jay-Z
That's his?
That's like his shit, you know? So I was like, let me get a bottle of Douce. It's been a while. I used to drink it in college sometimes. It's cognac. It's like wine or it's like grapes.
Yeah, what is cognac?
Cognac is made from grapes, I guess, is what I was told. But anyway, so I'm buying this bottle, and the guy's like, all right, it's 6203. And it was behind the counter, and he was like, he goes to go get it. And he goes, do you want the one with the box or without the box? And I was like, are they the same price? And he was like, yeah. Obviously, I want the box, right?
You're a reseller.
No, I mean, it's just like, what kind of question is that? Like,
yeah.
Like, no, sir, I'm not an alcoholic. I would like the fucking decorative box that it comes in, you know? That's all I was saying. And, like, he was just like, all right.
Well, that's kind of like when you get the Patron bottle with the skull on it. Like, you want to keep that afterwards.
It's a nice decorative piece. And when I'm spending over $60 on a bottle and I have the option to get a box, I want the box every time.
Well, it also feels...
Like, what kind of inconvenience would the box have been for me? Like, oh, it'll be, like, safer to transport?
Right.
You know?
Well, here's the thing. If he never mentioned the box, you would never have this dilemma.
I would have never even known. I wouldn't even have that thought of being a little angry at the guy for even asking me, you know?
Yeah, now you're like, well, now I feel like I'm getting a refurbished version of this cognac if I don't get a box.
I was just like, well, what if I don't get the box? It's just like some guy sitting at his house just, like, full of cognac boxes. You know?
How was it? Did you taste it?
It's very good. I like it.
What's it like? Is it bourbon? What is it close to?
It's like a whiskey. It's dark.
Whiskey.
It's definitely not whiskey, but it's like, you know.
Yeah.
But some fucking trash on me.
Dude, wine is good, but I noticed that I'm pretty like for the next 2 days, man.
Wine? Is a hangover for you?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think it's kind of with every type of alcohol I've noticed. Because remember, nobody really in my family line drank. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like I'm allergic to it in a way. Like I sneeze the next day constantly. What is this? Tic Tacs, throwback. Okay.
Yeah, I was in the gas station. I grabbed them. Yeah, you know, a fun fact about Tic Tacs.
Ryan was trying to tell me I have bad breath.
Well, no, a little fun fact about these.
Huh.
You know John Cena had a Tic Tac addiction?
Really?
Yeah.
That's possible.
When I say addiction, how many do you think you have to eat a day to have an addiction to these?
Like 5 of those or something? I don't know.
What, 5?
Even one whole container.
There's 200 in here.
So what was he eating, like 500 a day?
No. 10,000 a day.
10,000?
Yeah, he admits that he was eating 10,000 Tic Tacs a day.
What? The minty kind or the flavor?
I don't even know, but like...
Because, bro, the minty kind, can you imagine?
This is like pre-fruity adventure, too. Like, they were pretty limited back then when he had this addiction, I would assume. It was probably like spearmint, mint, and orange.
Dude, that's nasty.
It's disgusting.
Probably had good breath, I guess.
I feel like your teeth wouldn't even be able to, like, take that in. Like,
that's the only addiction where your breath ends up better.
It would, like, take an hour to eat 10,000 Tic Tacs.
But he probably wasn't sitting there just like... Was he just sitting there eating?
He's got to be doing handfuls if you're eating 10,000 of them.
That's such a strange... Like, and he decided to
Imagine,
quit.
like, you're just sitting in the WWE locker room and you're just like... This is coming down the hallway. You're like, here comes John. He's got, like, 30,000 of these on him.
Dude, it kind of sounds like pills when you close your eyes.
It does.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, they are pretty delicious, you know?
It's probably funny when you're like, oh, man, this guy's on pills, and then he pulls out Tic Tacs.
When I was a kid, I used to pretend it was like a flask. I'd be like, this day sucks.
Dude, 10,000, I wonder how much
Take
sugar
a couple
that
rips
is.
of those and then throw a candy cigarette in. You're like, man, today was really tough.
Dude, I really do wonder, like, I feel like that the sugar that's in that for 10,000 is equivalent to, like, a soda.
It was like negative calories to eat these, I think. Look, it says 0 calories on the back.
Wow. So why
but
did
if you
he...
eat 10,000 of them, there's got to be some calories, right?
Haven't you ever seen that site? Like, it tells you how many of something you'd have to eat to die. Like, you need to drink 24 Red Bulls to die.
Yeah. Website for this?
It's like you need to have 10,000 M&Ms and you die. This many sodas. It's pretty unbelievable. You're like, wow, I could stretch it. I thought I had limits.
Yeah, you're just sitting there. You're like, 9,000 M&Ms deep.
Yeah.
I could eat like 900 more of these bitches and still be all right.
Dude, I can't believe out of all he picked, like, I guess you don't have a choice sometimes with an addiction, but he went with a Tic Tac over...
The main ingredient is sugar.
Right, but there's better sugar out there. Soda, Coca-Cola.
I mean, dude, you could just start spooning sugar at that point.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
I guess it's not.
Like Coca-Cola is a refreshing drink.
We get it, Miss, but you love Coke.
Try to get them to sponsor us.
You know, it was funny, man. When you came over to my house, remember with the on Christmas with the milks?
Yeah.
You had you brought a Coke with you too. Not just a normal size can of Coke. It was like the double size can. You know, it was like the 40-ounce Coke can. You know, it was like the big one. It was the pounder can. And what was funny about that was it was just like when I was cleaning up after you left, I was like, "There's got to be like half a soda left in here." Right? That's like as I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah,
that's
right.
how I drink soda. I drink like half a soda and then like I leave the can. Granted, I was not the guy responsible at my father's house leaving a half a can around. I'll get to that in a second. Because I know he's going to watch this and be like, that was him. It was him, you know? But it wasn't me. I'll tell you now.
Dude, I feel
anyway,
wasteful.
Your can was empty.
Yeah.
It was like bone dry.
I don't want to waste it.
It was crazy to me. I didn't even have to wash it out or anything. It was like completely dry. Like you got in there and got every drop of Coke out of that can.
And like I left the water bottle untouched that you gave me.
My dad had, back to that real quick, but my dad had like my cousins over at his house recently. And they were drinking a lot of soda over there. And, like, one day I was there. There was half a can of Coke sitting on the countertop. And my dad was just like, who says this? And nobody would fess up to it. And he's like, we're just wasting Coke, huh? We're just wasting the soda, huh? You know, it's just like, it's funny.
Whose was it?
No, we never found out.
Oh, so it wasn't yours.
It wasn't mine because I would have fessed up. I would have just poured it out before because I know how he is.
Yeah,
you know? I would have poured it out without him seeing it.
So would he do the same thing with like beer? Like, whose half a beer
I'm
is
sure
this?
he would.
Yeah.
If anything, man.
It's kind of anything. You're right.
Dude, he
yeah.
gets mad if like a light is left on for too long and no one's in the room.
Yeah, that's like my dad too.
Yeah, he's like, who left this light on? And like, meanwhile,
he grumbles. My dad
like
grumbles.
Like I've learned about energy and efficiency. It's like it's almost more efficient to leave the light on than to turn it off.
I heard that rumor.
You know, it's like
I heard that about heat and cooling.
I mean, who started that rumor? The power companies. You know, like Pico was like, "Yo, guys, it's better to leave your lights on."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Fuck it, we'll just leave it on all winter. I can't use that much."
Because in a way, it makes sense. You're
it
like,
does make a lot of sense.
Stop
The
it, to start it.
But it doesn't make that much sense.
It doesn't.
Like,
yeah, you're right. It's like we've been convinced. We don't know enough about
it's
energy.
It's a lie, you know? It's like, what a conspiracy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, your dad values. Does he drink soda?
No, he's not much of a soda guy.
Okay. I feel like, dude, a lot of people don't drink soda anymore. I think it's just
really,
me.
no.
I'm like the only one left.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, I honestly would rather go for a Coke over liquor or anything any day. Like, you
Really?
offer me some liquor sometimes when I come over.
Dude, and you know what? I was going to touch on that. I was watching older episodes of Tough Times, and I noticed that, like, I would pour this liquor out, and you would fake sip the liquor. I was like, yeah, why are we doing this? I'm wasting my liquor. Like, just say you don't want to drink right now, you know? Like, you don't have to drink.
I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer.
Yeah, you could be a Debbie Downer. You could just be like, yeah, man, I'm not trying to drink right now. And then, obviously, I'd be a little bit moody during the episode, but...
Bro, because
but it messes with my head psychologically more. I'm just like, man, is he just like,
Dude, it's because you would pour like 5 shots. I'd be like, all right, I
it's
gotta
accidental pour, man. I mean, I like to rip it from the bottle. I think it's easier.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
control
you
your
did
own
rip it from
sips,
the bottle.
You know? It's easier.
It's a lot. One is good for me. One is like
one
I get
destroys.
tingly,
Yeah,
man.
you get hammered. You're like, talk about you're like, man, yesterday was crazy.
I
shoot
need
me
a
a
pee
text
break.
like shooting me a text the next day. You're like, yo, we got to shoot the pod today. I'm like, yo, we shot it yesterday. You're like, holy shit, I was fucked up.
Really was, man. Honestly, the only like alcohol I think that sits well with me is like those seltzers.
Tequila, right?
Tequila. Yes. Yeah.
Look how excited you just got. Tequila.
But if you mix tequila with anything,
That was like
orange juice or soda, whatever else, it's too much sugar. It gives you the hangover. That's what I've learned. It's the sugar.
I don't like sodas that are pointless. Like orange soda, I used to love, but now I don't like it. There's no caffeine in any of it.
Really?
Yeah, it makes no sense, right?
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Does it taste different?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I mean,
'Cause caffeine.
no, it just never had caffeine in it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know this. This is from my cousin. He told me because he has kids, and
Yeah.
he's like, I give it to my kid because there's no,
Oh.
there's no caffeine.
I will say that after Coca-Cola, orange soda is my next choice.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Dr. Pepper is my number one.
I know it is.
Dude,
And then let me guess.
I
there's
had
two.
kidney stones.
Uh-huh.
And I drank a can of Dr. Pepper, and it flushed all the kidney stones out.
What?
The doctor.
Isn't
went
that supposed to
work on me,
clog
man.
it?
Dude, the doctor went to work on me, man. Those kidney stones went right out. I mean, it was extremely painful.
Did he know you drank that before?
What, the doctor?
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper?
Yeah. The real PhD. Unbelievable. But like the doctor did go, hey man, what are you doing over there? You're drinking soda. That's like drinking a beer in a hospital bed when you're getting kidney stones taken out. But let me guess, your number 2 is cream soda.
Oh man, I enjoy a nice cream soda.
Was that your number 2?
Yeah, you're right on par.
Because we would go to that vending machine near like what's now Ollie's. You remember?
Yeah.
We would walk over there.
Dude, I can't believe you remember
25
that.
cent.
That was like a highlight, man.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was like the wording or something on the font choice of the cream soda text was like immaculate to all the other ones. It was like, Pepsi. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was also Safeway.
Yeah, it was like Dr. Skipper, Dr. Thunders were in there.
Yeah.
Cola. You get a can of cola.
See, the thing
Diet
with
Cola.
Dr. Pepper is too medicine-like. It's like Robitussin.
Well, it's because like every now and then you need a little bit of medicine in your life.
Yeah. What do they call that?
You don't hear people listening to like Dr. Dre and they're like, this is too medicine-y.
You know what's
It's got
like
23 flavors, man. What do you just like...
what, Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, 23 different flavors.
Of course they do
Isn't
now.
that like a bold lie?
Yeah.
Like, how can you have 23 different flavors?
Oh, I thought you were actually lying when
No,
you told
that's
me
their
that.
slogan.
23?
Yeah.
That's far too many. How do you decide?
Honestly, I think they were just playing off of the Jordan thing
Oh.
without even doing it.
I
Do
don't
you think there was somebody in that office that was like, yo, we gotta do something with this number 23 right now. It's hot.
while it's hot.
Let's get it on the can. Let's put it on the can.
Because honestly, they were probably trying to compete with Pepsi Lime.
It's pretty
Pepsi
smart.
Twist.
It's pretty smart. People like things with numbers.
Yeah.
I would buy things with my birth year on it just because it has my birth year.
That's actually very true.
You know, you saw...
You just said 54 was your lucky number.
Dude, if I was walking down the street and there was a street cart vendor and he was selling shit that just had 54 on it, I'd buy everything there.
Yeah, there's something that would
Yeah.
get you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's also a weird thing because like all your passwords, your PIN numbers, your hash
I'd like to
codes,
think there
they're
was
all
like
numbers.
a Democrat out there that just like loved the number 45 and he was like, son of a bitch. God damn, I can't love this number anymore.
Wait, what's 45?
It's Donald Trump.
That's his number?
Yeah, he was president 45.
But I don't ever I don't think like
No? You don't think of the numbers?
yeah, because I should know that, I guess.
Like
Like
there's like a mathematician out here watching this and he's like, huh, you don't think of the numbers? You don't
I
think of the
know.
numbers? You know, he's like
They're
freaking out
offended.
at his desk right now. He's like, you don't look at the numbers?
It's all about the numbers.
I was at an open mic recently and this comic went on a limb and he tried to tell a joke. It was like a math-related joke.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody laughed. And then this dude in the crowd was like. And then he said a little anecdote after he made the joke. He was like, "No math teachers here? Ah, whatever." And this one guy in the crowd was like, "Actually, I am a math teacher. It just didn't make any sense."
That is the
Dude,
craziest.
it was
dude.
hilarious.
Wow, that's a great like. Maybe not in the moment, but for later.
Yeah.
You know.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, you never know, I guess, who's sitting in the audience. You ever think if there's like an FBI or CIA agent sitting in there?
Yeah. Sometimes I think you're my FBI agent.
You
know?
think so?
Hey, who knows?
I'm your
You're fucking very convincing, you know.
handlers.
You're working a hell of a case.
Yeah, right? We're on episode 54.
You go home, you're like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, man. He's shooting a podcast now. We're going to see where this goes.
Oh, my gosh. You know what's kind of scary to think about in the future?
What?
How everything we're saying, like, you know how they do Joe
It's
Rogan
scary to think about it
deepfakes?
in the future or think about the future now?
Maybe in the future, because right now I feel pretty comfortable right now, this moment, right? But let's just say that everything we're saying, you could recreate that using those deep fakes, which you can kind of do now. It's pretty good. Like, have you seen Joe
Dude,
Rogan
I've
talk
seen
to,
some
like...
I've seen some wild deepfakes.
You're like, wow, this
Dude, I
sounds
saw
real.
one. It was like Theo Von, like singing like Latino music.
Oh, that was funny. I
you
remember
saw that one, dude? I thought it was
Feliz
actually
Navidad?
No, yeah, it was Feliz Navidad, I think.
It was something
It
like
was something like that, and he was doing it, man. And I thought it was him. I was like on Google, like, when did Theo? I was like, when the hell was Theo, like the lead singer of anything? You know?
Oh my gosh! Like before he did stand up, he was like
such
the
a
guy
good
with the
deep fake. I
ukulele.
was like, wow.
That's amazing. Theo's one of my favorites. I really wish I could. He doesn't come to PA that often.
No,
you notice that?
he does come to PA. He just doesn't do Philly.
Yeah, he doesn't do Philly.
Which makes sense because he doesn't seem like much of a city guy.
Yeah, I understand that. But it's always out. Like he's out in like Wilkes-Barre or
feel
something like that. You know?
I feel like if he was out in the city, I just pictured Theo in the city, like doing a set, just like all hot and sweaty. Like it's just like nervousness. Like
Yeah.
I shouldn't be here.
Dude, I went to go see Theo in Delaware.
Really?
Yeah.
How was it?
They made you wear masks, and,
Really?
and he was pissed.
He was pissed about the mask thing?
And because his whole audience, nobody's kind of, everybody wanted to be unmasked. And it's
did he come out and start slinging at the mask thing?
He didn't, but he said on his podcast after, he's like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, it's not my choice. It was these venues. I'm not going to do it at any more venues that make you do that.
How do you feel about the mask thing?
Honestly, I wish that, like, we could have taken it down once you were seated. Like, I understand.
No, like about masking now.
Now, honestly, I'm kind of over it.
Yeah.
I'm really over it. Unless I have to, like, basically, we went to you were making fun of me for going to a play, and I actually did go to a play.
I wasn't making fun of you. I would enjoy a play. When I was making fun of you, it was actually jealousy deep down. That's what it was.
Yeah, so, I mean, I went to this, it's called, like, a panto or something, which is, like, they talk to the audience or something as well.
A panto?
Yeah, it's like a Christmas theme.
That's the name of it? A panto?
Yeah, they did,
and they stay in character?
No, well, yes, they stay in character, but they talk to the audience.
I saw one of those recently where, like, there was, like, an argument between, like, a crowd member and the guy who was on stage.
Oh, like a crowd work?
Yeah, he was like, I will give you your money back,
See, that's something you never, ever see happening at a play. You don't ever see
I wish
heckler.
I would go to a play and see that actually happen live.
Yeah, I would love to see that,
It'd be so entertaining.
too.
You're like, whoa, who's this?
Because the person who decides to heckle at a play, like, you've got to have some nerve. Like, you're really pissed about something. Like,
you
it's
spent
different.
money to go there.
Yeah, and it's ruining. It's not like a stand-up thing where you could, like, improvise it and just, like, come back to your play. You're ruining, like, the movie. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a movie that everybody's watching, and somebody stands up and starts yelling in the middle of it, But
I'm shocked animal protesters don't attack those.
Yeah.
You see them? They do just about everything else.
Yeah, did you see
NBA games? You see the NBA games?
No.
They run out. They buy, like, a ticket, like, kind of real close, and then, like, randomly they'll run out on the court.
And do what?
You got a tic-tac-toe.
You got a tic-tac stuck? You were, like, choking on it.
Yeah,
Man.
I was like,
Hope you don't need CPR, because I don't know how.
But, what were you just saying?
The animal protests on the NBA courts or something.
Well, yeah, they run out on the NBA court and, like, spill, like, a drink or something, like, hold the game up.
Oh, my gosh.
The NFL ones are funny. Like, usually the person who runs out gets, like, decked by, like, an NFL player.
Oh, yeah. Like streakers.
Yeah, and then you have the museum ones where, like, people are, like, gluing their hands.
That one was crazy. Seeing the museum ones, you're like, wow.
The museum ones are wild. Like, they're kind of, like, over it now. I saw, like, the one where they were in, like, the Porsche Museum or something. They all glued their hands
to the
Mona
ground.
Lisa,
right?
They just left them in there.
Left what?
The protesters. They shut the lights off and just, like, everybody went home.
But see, like, that's a lot of damage, don't you think? Like, those things are worth millions and millions.
Those paintings?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
I mean,
then
like, I don't know. They usually put them behind protective shit.
That's what I'm thinking. There's got to be. There's no way that's
usually,
just
like, a protective
exposed.
glass. If it's $1.9 million, it's like
yeah. Have you seen Glass Onion? Knives Out? Or not Knives Out, whatever.
It's pretty amazing that nobody just runs up and stabs a painting with, like, a knife or something,
That's what I'm saying.
After all these years, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like 200 years of nobody just, like, destroying a painting.
Or even trying. We haven't heard of somebody.
Everybody tries. Nobody's successful.
Yeah. Because, I mean, think about it. Like,
Banksy.
Huh?
Banksy, he sold that one in a frame and then shredded it at auction.
Who's that?
Banksy?
That?
You know who Banksy is?
No.
You don't know who that is? Dude, he's like a street artist.
Oh.
You should go home and watch the documentary.
Sounds really
on him.
familiar.
He's got a wild documentary, and we got some patrons.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, they're just looking at us. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so Banksy's like a famous artist.
Yeah.
And he like does like street art and shit. He'll like spray paint stuff and like
oh, that's cool.
that
I
you're
love
not supposed to.
those are the most entertaining things to watch.
Yeah.
Does he film himself doing it?
Yeah, he films himself doing it. And that's like how they got and nobody even knows who this guy really is.
Oh,
that's the best part too. Nobody's
he's
like,
faceless.
Yeah, like he'll set up on like the side of New York with like real Banksy paintings and like sell them. And like people will buy them for like $20-$40,
Wow.
And then he'll and like people will go home and be like, "Is this a real Banksy?" And they'll find out it is.
Wow.
Yeah, but like what he did in auction though was he did this one painting and it went to auction for like it sold for like $2 million or something. And then after it sold, the guy hit the gavel, that painting automatically shredded. It had a built-in shredder in the frame and it shredded.
Why?
Because that's how he set it up.
But did he still have to pay $2 million?
Who?
The guy who bought it.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know exactly how it went, but yeah.
And it just eviscerated the whole thing?
The painting was... no. So the shredder stopped working halfway through. So, like, the painting was, like, half shredded.
What a dilemma.
Dude, right? And, now you're thinking there to yourself, you're like, holy shit. Is this worth more now? Because he tried to shred it?
Yeah, and didn't get...
It's still on for sale, like the shredded one, I'm pretty sure.
But we don't understand why he did it.
No.
It was like...
No, we understand why he did it. It's because... big art, he's like proving a point.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Art,
like
sticking it to the man.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, you idiots just spent 1.9 million on this or whatever.
And let me.
I just destroyed it.
Does he get that money technically?
Dude, and that's what's weird too. It's like, how does he get that money?
I bet you he shredded it because he probably doesn't make all that money.
It's interesting,
right? Because like if he's making $40 and then all of a sudden you're selling it for $2 million,
he's got to have a broker.
Yeah,
who's
should,
like
I
in
guess.
between him and other people.
Yeah, you have to.
I would think so.
Because there's too many people out to screw you.
Yeah.
I
would agree.
Yeah.
Speaking of people screwing you, stocks, man. Dude, I got screwed in stocks.
I'm afraid to even
you
open
know
the
about
app.
Poshmark? Last year they went public with an IPO, right?
Uh-huh.
They offered anyone who is like a Poshmark member early access to buy this stock.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
So they offered it at around like $40-$50 a share, right?
Yep.
Which is like was pretty cool at the time. So I bought a bunch of shares at $40-$50. Then the thing went up to like $70. And then it tanked. It dropped all the way to like $7. Yeah. Right? So now what's the logical thing as a stockholder, you think, right? You just hold it and wait for it to go back up, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what happened this morning? A merger.
Uh-huh.
So all of my shares were paid out at like $17.
A merger between Poshmark and
Poshmark was bought by somebody else, Navarre Company.
Okay. And so then
so
you no longer have stock for
yeah,
it.
they paid me out for the stock I had.
At 17.
At 17. So I lost about approximately $33 a share there. Yeah.
Dude, what are the odds of that happening?
I don't know. I guess they're
companies
pretty
go
high.
public?
I mean, I sat there with the Poshmark CEO at PoshFest about a year ago.
Right.
And he was cool. But, like...
you did a presentation, didn't you?
Yeah, I should have known, though, that, like... we weren't on right track of making money.
Really?
I mean, they got 800 employees, and they're pretty much a pass-through company, you know?
Right.
Like, in the sense of, like, they collect 20% on every sale.
Yes.
So, like, what more are you needing 800 employees for?
Yeah.
Right?
Customer service.
For what?
Like, I don't know if you have issues on Poshmark.
Yeah, but, like, I don't think you need that many.
I mean, think about how many
I
transactions.
guess you got a good point. Yeah.
If it went public.
If you're getting millions of transactions, man, yeah, you probably do need a
it's like
team
one
of
person
800
can't
people.
sit there
Yeah,
and just,
you're right,
handle it. And then you've got, like, the app. Think about how mad we get.
They're going to take over all those customer service things now, though.
Yeah.
Amazon the other day, I dealt with them. Customer service was smooth as hell. By the way, your chair is not coming.
What do you mean my chair's not coming?
Yeah, I had to order another one now.
What happened to this one?
I ordered it from China. Did
it get stuck in customs?
When a deal, here's the thing. Another quote here. When a deal is too good to be true, it is too good to be true. The chair was $68, and it says that it's delivered in Texas right now. And we don't live in Texas.
It went to Texas?
Apparently.
And
so I just contacted Amazon. I was like, yo, it says delivered. And, like, the seller was, like, extremely Chinese. It was from China, for sure. And because like the name was like it's like somebody hit the keyboard with.
Yeah,
like,
I bought something like that the other day. You could tell the spelling was incorrect.
Yeah, Amazon was like, "Our bad."
Yeah.
They refunded me, and then like, so now I'm buying another one.
Well, it's good you got it through Amazon because they kind
Not
of
really, because like now all the other chairs, like I bought this like in November, right?
Black Friday sale or something.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
now all the chairs are like triple in price.
Yeah.
They're like $180 now for chairs, and like it's the same chair that we have.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I'm thinking about getting a red chair. What do you feel about that?
A red chair?
Yeah, we go red and blue.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah?
Red like as in bright red or like maroon?
I don't know.
Like blood
You
red.
never know. I'm colorblind a little bit, so like,
Is it leather?
no.
Okay.
Which is crazy, right?
Well, yours isn't leather, right?
Neither of them are leather.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then that's okay. If
Hey.
you had leather,
Maybe
then
I would get leather.
you know.
I did see a cream-colored chair for $104.99 plus shipping. No free shipping on any of these chairs either, by the way.
Yeah. That's hard to offer.
Dude, but the first 2 I got came with free shipping.
From Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I spent like $160 on the 2, I think. But
you
whatever.
would
What are
know
gonna
better.
do?
It's like,
I don't care.
Does that, like,
Who
if
cares?
you had to ship
What
a
is
chair?
money, huh? Money is nothing anyway.
Tough times.
Sometimes when I get cold in my house, I just light it on fire to stay warm. You know? It's like, couldn't think of a better way to spend it.
Or you drop a blender on your foot to get blood to rush your body.
That's the best way to do it. Then you just go spend $85 at an urgent care so they could tell you that your foot's going to be all right.
Ah, dude. That's
It's
the worst
best.
when they're like, actually, you need 3 more doctors after this urgent care.
The best was like, I was like, so she took x-rays. She's like, it's not broken. She's like, we could drain your foot for you if you want. And I was like, that sounds like needles are involved. She was like, yeah. I was like, I'm all right. And then she was just like, all right, well, you can get out of here. I was like, whoa. I said, do I get the $85 back? She was like, no.
Wow.
Yeah, she was like, no. And I was like, all right, well, I guess
you asked.
I was like, I guess I'll get a drain then, you know? I threw the leg back
Yeah,
up.
you want to make your money off of it.
Right? I was like, I guess if we're here, you know, I'd do something I can't do at my house.
Right, yeah, that's true.
You see anything else crazy happening lately?
Bro, yes, I did.
Holy shit.
Oh, my gosh. Did you
Better be
hear?
fucking crazy. You almost fucking sliced my neck off with your hand.
I did.
Karate.
I almost threw you into the river.
You tried to karate chop me. You were like, ah.
Dude, so there's a doctor in Pasadena, okay, who drove a Tesla. His whole family was in the car. Did you hear about this?
No, I'm waiting for it.
He drove off the side of a cliff, and the whole family survived. They were conscious when they were found. And then they basically...
Wait a minute. In a Tesla?
In a Tesla. And this is at the bottom of rocks, bro.
Damn.
Like, at the end of a 300-foot drop.
Dude, if you're Tesla, man, you got to give them some money and use that as a story.
I know.
Get them in a commercial. Be like, yeah, we drove it off a cliff. Who cares?
Like, low-key, you're like, oh, wow, they're kind of safe, I guess. But this guy, basically, they arrested him afterwards because they said it was intentional. He was trying to kill his whole family. Which was, then you go talk to his neighbors. They showed everything. And this is like the picture-perfect Indian family.
Well, I just imagine that guy gets on Tesla.com and he's leaving a nasty review.
Dude,
he's like, dude, I tried to kill my family, man. What the fuck? You know?
But think about this.
Everybody lived.
Think about this, though. How is it possible that they know? Because the car is still being, like, it's so mangled. It takes time to investigate that part, right? What do you think happened that they basically ruled this was a criminal, like, this was intentional? Do you think the kid said something? Or, like, the wife?
Definitely. He probably said something as they were about to. He's like, oh, fuck you. I'm going to kill you all.
Yeah.
He probably said something like that.
Because my thought is...
like a last, like, F you as he's driving off. If you plan on killing somebody, you got to say something, right?
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, and you know how
I
they...
never killed anyone, so I don't know.
Yeah. But isn't that unbelievable? Like, this
Just all
dude...
the crowds at my shows.
I was like, man, this guy's a doctor. Literally had, like, the perfect everything. Like, he was like, his neighbors were just so shocked. Like, oh, yeah, they were always giving out cookies to the neighbors.
You know what they say, right? Small world.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, right? If it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. That's kind of what that situation looked like. But
there's a whole episode of quotes.
Yeah. Sponsored by Mark Twain.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to figure out what happens with that investigation because, like, how insane is that? 300 feet. Like, no, they were so shocked that anybody survived. Like, they didn't expect anyone to survive when they actually got down there. And literally, you can see them. You can see the footage, bro. They're carried by helicopters, like, hanging. And then it's
like they're just stuck.
Face.
All the doors are stuck, and the guy's, like, playing, like, GTA on his Tesla. Like, wow. He's like, I
mean, basically,
take me to jail.
One of the things they said was, like, it's not confirmed yet if the auto driving feature was on, but basically police said that wasn't a contributing factor to this, like, criminal
He was probably
thing.
sitting there like, dude, it was auto drive, man.
Right. I'm sure that's what he's going to say.
That's what I would say.
But think about it, like, the fact that they ruled so, like, he's already arrested. There's no, like, oh, he's going to try. Like, he's already, like, in jail. There has to be solid evidence. Like, his wife said, finally, like, yeah, he was trying to kill us.
Man, I can't wait for the 2020 to come out on that, like the Dateline.
Yeah.
I love when Dateline chops it all up for us, you know, it makes it real smooth.
Yeah. How about the other one, speaking of murders, the Idaho dude?
Dude, that's what I was just going to say.
Right in our backyard.
Dude, yeah.
Literally, like, where me and my family went.
Pretty sure I saw him at an open mic. No.
He does look kind of familiar, doesn't he?
Yeah, right? You're like, dude, I see a lot of comics that look like that guy.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, Yeah, I just thought it was crazy. Again, that's one of those things. I'm like, man, can't wait till Dateline gets a hold of this one.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm Lester Holt, back with another one. It's just like that guy, hitter after hitter. But the thing is, it's like they always wait 10 years.
Yeah.
They're like, we gotta wait for everything to come out.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Diana. What's her name? Diane Sawyer died.
The writer?
Yeah,
she's a writer, right?
Well, she's an interviewer.
Oh, really? Diane Sawyer?
You know who that is? I could be saying her name wrong, but
are you talking about Deborah Walters? Barbara Walters?
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, Diane Sawyer. She writes books. I'm pretty sure she writes
I'm pretty sure I don't even know who Diane Sawyer is.
Yeah,
it's like Tom Sawyer's mom.
Yeah, Tom Sawyer. Who's Tom Sawyer?
I don't know.
I think it was like a childhood friend or something.
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
All right.
Oh, what a tough time.
Yeah, tough times. R.I.P. Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more tough times.
Make sure to rate, review, subscribe wherever you're at.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yep.
Episode 54.
If you're hunting for more episodes, check us out on every platform. It's raining now. We should probably wrap this up.
This is dangerous.
All right. Boom.